Wednesday, coming to you live for another Traffic Chats. And today I want to talk to you about something that admittedly I am not very good at. And if you are struggling with anything, but in particular, if you're struggling with infertility, whether you're struggling through it to try and successfully get pregnant, or you're struggling through it to heal and to try and find feelings of acceptance, this is one thing you are going to need a whole lot of. And like I said, I'm not very good at it. And it is patience. So for those that don't know me, my name is Shannon Wooten. I am a lifestyle infertility specialist, and I help women who feel disconnected from their bodies heal by owning infertility sucks, but you do not. So patience is really important. And as I said, I'm not good at it. I'm not one of those people that's only going to talk about the shit that I'm good at. I'm not good at it. I have patience for my niece and my nephew, and that is probably the only double stamp I will admittedly tell you. Those are the only people I have patience for. I work on my patience. It's something that I really, really try and get better at and improve upon. But having patience is really important to help with your healing. And like I said, you know, one of my favorite quotes is in the title of this video, and it's from Jay-Z, and it's, "I have no patience and I hate waiting." That's me. That basically describes me in a nutshell. And again, I am not trying to portray myself as being perfect or not having any flaws. This is definitely a flaw that I'm aware of and I have to work at. And it is something that was very difficult for me during our struggle with infertility. And again, like I said, still something that I struggle with and I work at all the time. My husband can tell you, he can attest. But it's something that I often thought to myself, like, I'm so terrible at this. And, you know, growing into a version of ourselves that feels right, you know, it takes time. And especially for me, in our struggle with infertility, we tried for such a long time, and it was never successful. And so through that, I fell into a deep depression. For any of you that's watching, you know that. For any of you that don't, welcome. It's true. I fell into a really deep, dark depression because I felt like nothing I did, no matter the amount of patience that I had, because I'm going to tell you, I had some pretty good patience during our struggle, but no matter the amount of patience that I had, I just fell deeper and deeper into feelings of inadequacy, resentment, grief, fear, anger, sadness, just all this shit. And my patience was still there because I was still steadfast in our, you know, journey to try and successfully get pregnant, but I was, you know, becoming depressed because of it. And so through healing, you know, I started looking at how was I dealing with this, and I really truly thought that I was sucking at it. I really truly thought, like, oh my gosh, you have no patience. But when I took a step back and I realized that, like I said, growing to a version of myself that felt right and finding acceptance, that took time. And it can take months, it can take years. For me, it took 5 good years to get to a place where I realized that maybe the patience I had in my journey was better than I thought. And it could be the same for you, because there will be both forward and backward progress as you work to try and come out on the other side of it. Whatever that means. Like I always say, if that means, yes, we need to have a baby. If we can't bear a child on our own, we're going to adopt. Or that means, you know what, I need to come to a place of finding acceptance in myself. Patience is required for you as well in your healing. We seem to have this endless amount of patience in our journey to, you know, try and successfully conceive. We will do whatever it takes, poke our body, have surgery, take drugs that we're unfamiliar with, and yet we still look at ourselves as if maybe we're not doing enough. And if patience is as trying for you as it is for me, take the time to notice how much patience has been required of you throughout your struggle. So for instance, for me with infertility, there was like never-ending doctor's visits almost every day. And that required me, you know, scheduling time with work, making sure they understood that I had to do those things, making sure that I was up to dealing with those things, getting my blood taken every day. That took a tremendous amount of patience that I did not give myself credit for. The next thing was, you know, waiting for the results. When you're going through whatever your infertility process is, whether you're trying IUIs, IVF, or you're taking infertility drugs, there is a tremendous amount of patience required in waiting. Am I going to get my period this month? Am I not going to get my period this month? And if you don't get pregnant that month, getting back on the saddle and being patient enough to jump back in and try it all over again, even though you weren't successful the last month. That not only takes a lot of faith and hope, but that takes a lot of patience and trust in that process. Or coming up with the money to continue to try with infertility. That means you saying, whatever this, let's say, fun thing I want to do, I can't do now, and I need to be patient enough and hope that I can do it in the future because I need to save money to pay for my doctor's visits. I need to save money to pay for my infertility drugs, my infertility treatments. It requires a tremendous amount of patience. So when we are looking at our journey and our struggle, we often don't give ourselves enough credit for how much patience we have and the amount of patience we are having with ourselves in our healing process, as well as the amount of patience it takes to go through the process of our struggle. And when we are going through that process of looking at it and really evaluating all that is required of us to get through it and to continue to travel that journey, use that same determination you have to heal your heart that you had to go through your struggle. And know that healing takes time. So as I said, whether you are going through your journey and you're continuing to try to have a baby, have patience with yourself that it's going to be trying on you. It's going to hurt your heart. It's going to require, mental stability from you, and have patience and understanding with yourself that you can get through it, and that on the other side of that was all the effort that you put in to get to the other side of healing. So thank you guys for signing on. As always, throw me some hearts below if you like this video, and be good to yourself. Like I said, I suck at patience. It's something I have to work at every day, not just with my struggle with infertility. And like I said, I have no patience and I hate waiting. Only works for Jay-Z. For those of us going through a struggle, continue to have comfort in the... Sorry, I lost you there for a second. So take comfort in the fact that you haven't given up yet, and take comfort in knowing that you continue to travel on your journey. And also do this very important thing. Know that there is no timetable for which you need to be over it. Know that there is no timetable for which you need to continue trying or you need to stop trying. But be patient with yourself and take comfort in knowing that you haven't given up. All right, guys, be easy. Have a great week. Thank you as always for signing on. Sorry, I lost my connection there for a second. Otherwise, have a great week and I'll talk to you soon. Peace. Bye.